Hi, Rory here, co-founder of Reflo. Delighted to be joined by Harry Kane, Reflo investor, ambassador, been involved with the journey for us a long time. We always get asked lots of questions about like, how that came around and your involvement with the business. So I thought this would be a great opportunity just to have a chat and kind of, tell that story.
Yeah, it kind of started, about 3 years ago now at the Icon series in New York. Kind of was playing that, and we was wearing, apparel that I didn't really know the brand at the time, didn't know what Reflo was, but for me, I had to have it unbranded because I was a Nike athlete, and then, got in conversations after, learned more about the business. I think the biggest thing for me was I really liked the fit, which is why I was interested in the first place. Had a great time out there, and that kind of how the ball started rolling. Obviously got to know more about you and Peter and the company itself, and that was the start of our journey so far.
And that Icon Series event, just quite how good was that for you as a athlete from a different sport coming into playing golf?
Yeah, it was great, to be honest. My first kind of experience of being under pressure on a golf course and in front of 1,000, 2,000 fans was really nerve-wracking, and but I loved it. I enjoyed every moment of it, and I just think the whole thing, Liberty National Golf Course, the sun was shining. It was just a good few days for sure.
It's funny you mentioned the fit. Actually, I remember speaking with Pete. Obviously, we were both there, and I'd seen you put the gear on in the media day, and I said to Pete afterwards, it's almost like it's designed to fit Harry. There was multiple athletes there, every different shape and size you can imagine, from NFL and NBA players, but it was very clear straight away. It was like, actually, this. You look at someone wearing your clothes, you're like, I think that's some of the best I've seen it look.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with style. I think everyone has their own type of style. Everyone has their own fit that they like, and that was kind of it. When I put it on, it just suited me. It looked good. It felt good. I like my stuff a little bit more snug and fitted, and that kind of sharp look. When I kind of was wearing it, I was like, you know what, I'd love to be wearing this all the time on a golf course, and just everything. The colours went well, the hats went well. It was like just a good combination of things. So I remember talking to my brother Charlie after and said, asked him what it was, and is there something that we could do or find out more about? And obviously once we then started talking, and I learned more about what Reflo is and the stuff you do behind the scenes. It kind of fitted with me as a person, my values, and like we kind of said, some things just kind of naturally happen. And thankfully, it did for both of us.
Yeah, for sure. I remember after that event, we kind of, before the message that we got from Charlie to say, let's have a conversation, I remember seeing an Instagram post where I think you were in the off-season playing golf in the States. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Reflo that he's still wearing. That's pretty cool, the fact that you took it on from the Icon series and, still were able and wanting to wear it in your own time.
Yeah, no, and that was it. For me, being just an amateur golfer and loving golf, I've always been someone who wants to feel good in whatever I'm doing, and football's the same, golf's the same. When I'm hitting fairways, hopefully, or making birdie putts, I want to be feeling good and looking good, and when you post a picture, you want to feel comfortable in that. So, we kept all the gear from the Icons, and I think I still might have it now. Kept it, wore it, and then, like I said, those conversations kind of started, and a few months later, I was wearing it all the time.
Love that. And then moving on from that, obviously we had conversations for probably was around a year of like going back and forth on what things may look like. We were both really open to discussing it, and we knew we both wanted to work together. So it came a year-long journey. Later down the line, it happened, and we had that big launch event in Munich.
We did, yeah. I thought the launch went really well. Obviously in Munich, we had the trick shot, which was amazing. And I was
about to say, we can't not talk about the trick shot.
Yeah, it was probably one of my favourite moments in the Reflo gear and with the guys, with everyone there. It was just a really fun time, and the event itself, answering the questions from some of the fans there, the crowd there, and just kind of talking a little bit about the story, I thought was really good for people to hear, and what you're trying to do, what we're trying to do is a little bit different to maybe some of the other brands out there, and I think people related to that really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that trick shot itself, you said that was one of your favourite moments. How many times did you get asked by people, teammates, friends, family, how on earth did you pull that off?
Yeah, it was the number one question for a good few weeks after I posted it. So there was still a few question marks about it, how many takes it took, and I've still never revealed the answer. But let's just say it was pretty quick, and it was just good fun. And the trick shot itself was almost as hard as it gets, really, and to be able to do that and share that with the public was was pretty cool. Something obviously non-football related as well, that people got to see that as an athlete I'm not too bad at golf.
Yeah, absolutely. The hand-eye coordination. I think we had Andy Carter who was there, and the day before he was trying to see if he could do the same trick shot, and he got absolutely nowhere near and was like, I think this is impossible. To then pull it off, and as quickly as it was pulled off as well, was pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, that's the thing I think with trick shots and different things like that. It doesn't really, just because you're a good golfer or a professional golfer doesn't mean you can do stuff like that. It's the same in football. Some people can do these amazing skills and freestyles that I wouldn't be able to do. So fun things like that, I think, just connect the two sports and just kind of the sporting community itself.
And hitting unreal shots must be a thing when you're in Reflo, because fast forward a few months later, we did that shoot with Rick Shields.
Yeah.
And probably one of the closest I've ever seen to a hole-in-one, and it wasn't on a par 3.
Yeah, par 4. I never had a hole-in-one, so if I would have got one on camera with Rick and on a par 4, I think I might have just hung up the clubs there and just said thank you very much. It wouldn't have got much better. So it was one of the best shots probably I've hit in my golfing life. I think whenever you do something like, obviously YouTube golf is so big now, and it's all about trying to get those clips where you do something amazing, and to be able to do that with the cameras there, with Rick there, and make that eagle was pretty unique, and I was really happy it went well.
And look, you've been on the journey with us almost the whole time, right? So we were still a pretty young brand when you joined, and it's been 3 odd years. How have you seen and how have you enjoyed seeing kind of the growth of Reflo and us move into lots of different areas and spaces?
Yeah, it's been amazing, really. Like I say, time goes so quick, and I think the amount of work you guys have done, and the different partnerships you have done has been amazing. The clothes itself, I feel like have improved and kind of adapted with the times. How quick fashion changes as well over the within another year it could be completely different. So being able to adapt and bring out new stuff and different materials, different feelings, I think it's been really good. And just the company itself growing. I know there's loads more exciting things to come as well that you probably can't talk about right now. But the company itself is just on a good path. I think it's got good people behind it, hard workers, all things that I kind of value myself to be as well. And that's part of the reason I enjoy being with Reflo. So all I can say is the future's bright. I know you guys are working hard, and I'm working hard to try and make the product and the company as successful as possible, and I really feel like we can do that.
So Harry, thanks mate. It's been awesome to give people a bit more of an insight into how something like this happens. I know we get asked all the time, probably the amount of times you get asked about the trick shot, we always get asked, how on earth did Harry Kane become an investor and ambassador of your brand? So appreciate it, mate. And you're right, the future's bright. There's lots of exciting things coming. It's super excited to have you on the journey as we continue to grow and do awesome things.
For sure. Thanks for having a chat with me.